Yeah,
You.
we live. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
What's the word? What's the word, man?
I think Ja Rule Shawty said the best. Rainy days, man. Rainy days. Can't get away from
That's a fact. That's a fact.
them. Let me see.
Trying to see if I can link into Instagram from this computer.
You got the app?
On my computer now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I downloaded it for the computer here. It's cool. Like, I only use it on Wednesdays, but it's pretty streamless. No issues there. Let's see how the feed coming through over here. Let's just stack these instead, side by side today.
Oh wait, I got a backup plan. Give me 1 second.
Yes, sir. We'll be right back.
All right, all right.
We are back.
Shout out to anybody joining from Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, IG, TikTok.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. I had some uncomfortable truths today.
Yeah.
Found out just because they're your feelings don't make it true. It blew
Just
my
because they,
mind.
just because they're your what?
Just because they're your feelings
Ah,
don't, don't mean it's true.
got you, got you.
Shit blew my mind today. Yeah,
Oh
man.
shit.
On to Wednesday. On to Wednesday. Uh, oh, hey. Everybody's watching you. I'll be right back.
That's the beauty of being live, folks. Anybody can join at any moment. Oh man. This conversation, y'all, was going something like, yo, you need to get out. And he's like, I run this, not you.
Verbatim. I had to throw it on mute. So what you doing over here? It's like, since he's here, it's like she lives here. This is the news.
Oh, yeah, man.
uh, the Ute them. The Ute.
Mhm. All right, man. It is 8:30. Sorry for the inconvenience, y'all. Some technical difficulties, but we are here. We are live, and we got a lot to talk about, man. But y'all know the vibes, man. Every Wednesday at 8-ish, you know, what I mean, Senor Lee and my man Ken Kapnick here.
That's
And
that.
listen, man, yo, it's May 28th, but it's feeling like September, May 28th, because it's still chilly as shit out here, man. But other than that, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Can't pack these hoodies. Can't pack these hoodies quite yet. But doing good, man. Doing good. So a little while ago,
Hmm.
some acknowledges about myself, some realities that I have to face head on. But I'm all for awkwardness in those conversations. I'm looking to divulge into that at another time and date. So we get to the root of that problem. Um, uh, the end of the
Hmm.
conversation, though, I was looking at her. I was like, "Do a nigga need therapy? Like, am I suppressing some shit?" um, but I don't know, man. We just time will tell. Time will tell.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well,
I think
hey, listen, man. On my end, doing all right. You know what I mean? Memorial Day weekend was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into that in a little bit. But Flatbush continues to not be a real place, man. It was Thursday morning, and all I'm doing is logging into my laptop, and I just hear this Jamaican guy screaming early in the morning, "Free R. Kelly, free Vibes Cartel." And I'm just kind of sitting there, and I'm like,
"You don't know Vibes out?
Kelly's not getting out no time soon, man. Vibes, yeah, like Vibes is free." So I'm just there trying to make sure, like, does he know what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just randomly in the morning, you might hear somebody just screaming in my neighborhood, man. It's no joke.
It's like he might be in the Matrix from like a year ago, and it's just he's just his timelines interlinked. I watch the Avengers. I've seen the shows. Everybody not in the same wavelength. Gotta respect it and walk away at the same time. That's a fact.
That's a fact. Yeah, man. But it is Wednesday, man. Anything we get? You want to get into before the awareness and acknowledgments?
Oh no, you mentioned Memorial Day. It's probably the first Memorial Day in a while where nobody wanted to quite commit to a plan. There's a lot of hesitation barbecues. It's like, hey man, you got the food, but it's a bit of a drizzle. The charcoal is not going to work. Everybody has to respect that. It's like, you know what? Put it in the freezer. July 4th, be before you know it. Catch you later, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That barbecues got the kibosh on it. But other than that, like you said, man, calm weekend otherwise, man.
Yeah, man, for sure, and definitely recognizing everyone who made that ultimate sacrifice for us to enjoy the liberties and freedoms that we have, and definitely send in recognition to anyone who probably lost someone in serving for the country. Definitely a day to recognize all of those heroes, of course. But a lot of sad news this week. The first one I'll talk about here is Charles Rangel, a well-known New York politician who did a lot of really impactful things out of Harlem. He was a staple out there in Harlem. He passed away this week. And then also prayers to the Pabon family. A good coworker of mine, Frank, lost his mom this past Sunday. So definitely sending love and prayers their way, man. And it's a tough year between the losses, between everything that's going on in our country. So definitely want to take this moment to send hearts out and condolences on those two losses, especially to my man Frank, man.
So my condolences to Frank for sure. Super unfortunate. Lots of prayers for sure. Damn. Like, as you get older, man, it don't get easy in this regard. You know what I mean? Death is really around every corner. And it's not hot in his face, showing up in all forms, ages. But pray out for sure.
Yeah, man. Definitely. And then a lot coming out of the administration today. It looks like Trump was handing out pardons like Oprah out here. So the first one I heard of was Todd and Julie Christie. Now, I was a big fan of the show they had. You know what I'm saying? It was funny as hell. But they got arrested. They was serving time for tax fraud. And they got pardoned, man. You heard about this?
I didn't hear about the pardon. But something always seemed off with the show. Couldn't put my finger on it. It was never tax evasion. That was never the thing. But something always did feel off with the family. It was always too happy. Like it's like, yeah, the fans are never gonna find out happy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But Trump gave him a pardon. The husband and the wife, or just the husband?
Both of them.
Oh, all right. Yeah. We out.
Yeah.
The spinoff gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Listen, because they already had a great product on television, so I can only imagine now with this one they built, they feeling untouchable. So yeah, man.
That's a fact.
Yeah. There were a couple other ones. I heard, give me a second, Larry Hoover. Uh,
Ah, Larry been locked up. I want to say since the mid '70s, early '80s. Don't quote me on the year, but his sentencing was so crazy. It was that even with the Trump pardon, he had like a concurrent state sentence that had like another 200 years at the back end. And for some reason, pardons don't uh, aren't exercised or respected with state sentencing. I don't
okay.
know why. I'm not A1 on politics and the structure, but I appreciate the recognition. I mean, shouts to Larry. I mean, all he's done on both sides of the fence, more bad
Yeah.
than good. But I'm really not sure what the point of that is. Like, I'm pretty sure he had his whole playbook as far as the sentencing, and knowing this is
Mhm.
just more like word service versus him really being able to walk these streets. But
Yeah.
no, Trump said. I mean, Ye said his name, and one of them office visits, Trump wrote the name down. Said, "I got you one day." Here we are, man. I don't get it. Just
Yeah.
Larry.
Yeah, it's like you said, man. Despite he commuted his life sentences, right? But despite that, he still faces 200-year sentence, 200-year state sentence. So yeah, man. He's already been in jail for 3 decades. 75 years old. Oof.
Like, what
This
we
is
doing?
interesting, man.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me out. Like, I can't. Like, and honestly, as a court system, given anything over 60 years, like, what are we doing?
Right.
Like, no matter what age I go in, give me anything over 60, life as I know it no longer is the same by the time I get out on year 61.
True.
Give me a 200-year run on back of my existing. It's like, what we.
True.
I never understood that. You're trying to prove a point. Hey, execution is the thing. Just say it with your chest.
Yeah.
Don't tiptoe around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, same difference.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Oh man. All right. So yeah, man, he was handing out I think a couple of pardons today. I saw NBA YoungBoy's name tied up in there, Michael Harris, like some other, people that he really just he was on a
Stuff like,
clemency spree today, and it was interesting. So
I didn't
it'd be
even know young
interesting
boy
to
was
see
locked
what he
up.
does tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. He's been
It was
locked up for
out.
a minute. Yeah.
I could have swore I saw tour dates pending or promo. I don't know, internet person, internet. But yeah, man, Trump gonna do what he do. Accepting jets from foreigners, letting
Yeah.
domestics go. Tariffs here, tariffs there. He trumping, man.
Yeah, man.
Um, no, man. Boy, wow.
Yeah. So just continuing down politics as usual. Um, I'm not a big like change guy, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to like coins. I hate carrying around coins. I hate when, what I'm saying, just like I like cash. I barely even carry that even much now. But the interesting thing that I saw is that the US penny is actually about to go away sometime next year. So
If I go away, like production wise,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So yeah,
I
they're gonna
mean,
stop.
ah,
Yeah,
it
they're gonna
depends on
stop
making
producing.
the penny.
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna stop producing pennies. The U.S. Treasury announced that it will no longer produce new pennies starting in 2026. While pennies will still be legal tender, no new ones will be minted. This decision stems from the rising cost of producing pennies, which exceed their actual face value.
I got a feeling this is a Doge initiative where the checks and balances just ain't working out. It's like, yo, if it's taking more money to make the money, we got to stop making this kind of money. I respect it. And hey, I might be bougie at my age. When I was young, I would pick pennies up. I seen it on the floor. Now I'm looking at Penny square in his face, stepping right over that man. I gotta go. I gotta go, bro.
Yeah. They don't stretch as far as they used to. It says here that it takes nearly 3 cents just to make a penny. So there you go already.
Talk about the bottom line.
And then, lawmakers are talking about proposing to just round cash transactions to like the nearest 5 cents. This way, you're not people not asking you for 1 or 2 cents and shit like that. So,
Hey, but you best be rounded down. I ain't gonna be I don't want to hear no. Sorry, sir. You got another nickel? Let me tell you something, man.
Yeah. You ain't lying, man. There is a difference between $5 and 1 cent. $5 and 5 cents. That makes sense.
You're not ratting at the 505 on me. No, I ain't got it. Go get your manager.
He said, go get your manager.
Well, I got a side question for you.
Yeah.
I'm on Twitter X way more than Instagram. Came across a photo of someone that looks similar that I know in real life. But they was doing something I know this person in real life ain't doing. My question to you, if you had a doppelganger that was on OnlyFans freaking off, not Diddy level, but getting paid for their services, how would you clear your name? Like, what would you, that's not me, just not gonna work. What do you do?
See, luckily for me, I got a tattoo. So unless they got shit covered up, I got a way out.
All right. Go back shots. Pause.
Yeah.
He says, so make him turn around. Excuse me, sir? You heard me? Let me see your spine. Like, sir, not that kind of party.
Yeah.
That's super scary though. Like God forbid, like upper management come across this feed, bringing it on the old Monday huddle. Hey, focus on the screen to the next slide. Who's that, y'all? It's like, yo, time out. It's not me, but you should have spoke to me first. You bring it to the community. That shit crazy.
You know what's crazy? Two things in that moment. Number one, the hell was you looking for that you found that? That's number one.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Find out we got a sassy boss. And then number two, man, I think it'd be very interesting because now, it causes unnecessary attention. This is the one time that the tattoos actually help out. Like any other time you try to commit a crime, you try to be low, they can catch in your ass like nothing. We know who tattoo that is. But that's the one time it's like, yep, that's me right there. That's my tattoo. Got it. Oh man.
Devil's advocate? I might play into it. Yes, me. Can you take my video off, please? What I do after 5 o'clock? Really none of y'all concerned. Obviously the job ain't paying. Well, you thought it did. Nah, but thank God for the tats, man.
That's how you get Deborah to bring that mac and cheese, baby.
Hey, every week.
Oh man. All right. Anything before we move into the main topic?
Nah, let's roll.
All right, man. So one of the things we're very, very grateful here on FCP, as always, other than our family, you know what I'm saying, and having life and being blessed in this world, is our community, man. And you guys that tune in to us every Wednesday, you are our community. And we thought today would be a great time to talk about the importance of finding your community, because that's not easy for everyone. Everybody navigates life differently. And, I thought it'd be good to come on here and talk about, growing up, man. What was it like when you first realized that you found your community?
It was a bit of a shell shock, because for some reason I assumed my community would look like me. Turns out it's not. Nah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people with the same interests and likes and hobbies. may not, uh, have a like a barber. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't go through the same things that you go through. But it's cool to hear other people's walks of life and still ended up on the same road as you, whatever path it may have been. But I think it was a realization of just, oh shit, I was hanging with the group that kind of looked like me, not 1,000% vested, but hey, it was enough to socialize. You know what I'm saying? Go to the next
Yeah.
space. As you got older, kind of started to weed through the grass. You know what I'm saying? Kill the snakes. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh shit, you get tans? Can't relate, but we can talk about this other thing over here. We're right on cue. How
Mhm.
about you? Once you first realized that you can in your community?
It was interesting. I found my community very, very late in life. And to your point, it was very diverse from what I thought it would be. I thought it would be nothing but, rap music and reggae dancing and, basketball. And it became really like more towards the Latin side, more focused. It was a lot of older people that I ended up
Mm,
having in my community. So it was a lot more like life lessons and mentorship. And it was interesting to find it in that mix because now it's changing my mindset in real time. Even though I still want to like have those moments of going to a rap concert or or enjoying some good reggae music, the vibes that I grew up in growing up in Flatbush.
nice.
But now it's just kind of like the best conversation, some of the best conversations, some of the best times that I have are in these places that I didn't think would be where my community loves to be. And it's been good
Mm,
because it's exposed me to different things. It's allowed me to expose my son to different things, and just to learn. So it's a continuous great experience, and I think it's like if you think about like the interests and the passions. Um, is there one person like in your community that they got an interest that you never thought you would align with, but you find that shit intriguing?
coworker of mine, he hunts often, and every 2 weeks or so, I see him on Monday and Tuesday. I'll be like, "What you shoot this weekend?" He's like, "Yo, had some venison, man. You died for." I was like, "Oh shit." He's like, and then he'll break down the whole like scene. Like he's at 110 yards. He didn't even see me coming. Hit him right in the heart. I said, "Ooh, you
Okay.
got him." Said, yeah. I think he's with his kids. His kids scattered. I was like, "Damn, that's cold." Just get him to the car. So I wrapped him up in a tarp. Just dragged his ass about 50 yards. I was like,
Mhm.
"Wow." Shit blows my mind. Like me personally, I don't think I got the heart. I don't think I could do it. But I love the backstory. I love the whole arc of how it happened. Of like
Yeah.
reloading quietly, got the scope out. He'd be going in. He said I had
Mhm.
to gut him when I came up close. He was still twitching. I was like, oh, you want to? I was like, you don't even fit this office. Like, like if they
Yeah.
knew what you do on Saturdays, we might not have a gig here. But just I am very intrigued in their weekend stories for sure.
Okay. All right. For me, it would be UFC.
Mm.
Until I met my homie Major, I heard about UFC. I saw what these guys did, but I'm like, that's just crazy to think that you're just gonna sit there and watch people beat somebody else to a pulp just to
Mhm.
win. Like that's wild. Like I don't even like watching street fights. You know what I'm saying? But man, I think after I watched maybe my first two pay-per-views, I was hooked. Like now you ask me who's the champ, you ask me when's the next pay-per-view, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So it's,
Sure.
it's crazy.
You're my
It's
UFC
crazy.
guy now, honestly. Like, what
Yeah,
was that?
man.
Bird naked
Yeah.
chokehold. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you definitely my
That's
guy
it.
for that now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I also think, as you grow within your community, they are there for you in a way that maybe other people can't be. And the first thing I think about is, a lot of the fellas that I grew up with, talking about serious issues wasn't a thing. Like it was like if you going through some shit, get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like go, do something with your girl, or let's just go get a drink. There was never really no real deep conversations about what was going on. And I think one of the coolest things about my community was that was always an open thing, like to just sit down and really just like reveal things that are going on in our lives. And then the fact that they were older, it allowed me to kind of bounce ideas off them and kind of get a glimpse into the future of, all right, if I continue down this route, I might end up like one of their friends who ain't shit, or you know what I mean, vice versa. But I think that was something really cool to find in my community as well.
Another question for you, as far as finding a community, how important? I guess as you said, you found a community as you got older. How important did you notice showing up was, as far as networking events, making sure you hung around a little bit after meetings? Yeah, I mean, just to have a little recourse, kind of digest what was just informed of the group. Do you think that was more critical than just the run of the mill kind of conversation versus you showing up and like putting like a effort in?
Yeah, because I think one, with the networking piece, it allowed them to see that I was serious, especially if it was something like professional growth or something that I wanted to learn for my own personal health, right? So take, for instance, going to healthcare networking sessions with Frank, or going to the gym with Major. Like, I don't know if you've ever worked out with a Marine people, but it's not your average workout. It's intense, right? But the fact that you show up in those moments tells that person that you're serious about everything that you say. You stand on what you say. And it's allowed me to forge bonds with these two particular gentlemen and other people who've been really good in my life to, let them see that, I'm not just out here, blowing smoke. Like I'm saying, oh yeah, I'm going to be here, and then I never show up. Because once you don't show up to probably those first one or two invitations, those invitations may slow down, or they may just disappear. And the crazy thing about it is you don't know who could be there that you're probably trying to connect with, that could put you in a different position if that's what you're looking for. So it's super important to your question.
You got to be in it to win it. Not just the lotto, but that networking event, that mixer. You know what I'm saying? You never know whose hand you got to shake. Introduce you to the next hand. Another question for you. How, on a scale of 0 to 10, how open are you to being vulnerable in your community, as far as expressing an idea that you might feel inside might go against the nature of the group? Are you willing to explore that thought out loud? Or are you not that comfortable yet?
Yes. And like there's different, it's funny because you have different communities, right? So I would say there's one particular community I'm a part of where they kind of keep their feelings close to the chest about serious situations. And in those cases, I kind of navigated to the point of, well, I know you guys may think differently, but this is the way I operate. Versus my other community where the vulnerability is superb, it's more like, bruh, that ain't the way to go. You know what I'm saying? We keep it real with each other. I got to tell you the truth. You might want to start doing this, otherwise you're gonna lose us. Like it differs, man. What about you?
That's a good one. The precursor before being vulnerable, depending on the group, will put you ahead so far. Because if you just lead in without the precursor, and notice all the, you know what I mean? you don't ever want nobody clutching their pearls just because you said some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? But on my side, I'm so nervous with that. Even if I do feel you should hear this, I'm going to try to find another way to deliver this, hopefully through another medium. I don't want to be that guy going on the limb right now. There's amount of people in the room. It's a big thought. I don't want to not get invited to the next one. I'll wait. I'll wait. especially if the community don't look like you. I
Yeah.
don't need that and that on it. I mean, too much on the plate. Too much on the plate.
Yeah. Nah, you ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. It's funny because I always try to make sure that I'm not getting too comfortable in certain communities. To your point, you know what I'm
Man.
saying? Like, cause it's like you said, as quick as you got in, it might be as quick as they kick your ass out. And
Yep.
and depending on what you're leveraging this community for, that's very, very important. So yeah, you bring up a great point, man. Great point. So when it comes to uh, finding this community, did you feel like you had to be more patient than persistent? Because sometimes it's a group that you're trying to be a part of. We're not talking about like a fraternity or anything, but it may just be a clique of people, like they look like they really well connected with something, and you're like, I want to be a part of that. Did you find that in that process it was more just like wait it out, or nah, I gotta keep showing up and letting them feel my presence?
It was a weird combination of both. Because it was you have to be persistent for showing up and being there. But showing up and listening, not saying much, that was kind of killing me. Because it was like I'm here to learn, but I want to make sure you're not crazy too. So some questions you gotta ask, you know what I mean? Make sure we are at least in the same chapter. We ain't gotta be on the same page right now. I'll catch up to you. I'm all for it, two ears, one mouth. But it's just like very similar to basketball. You're not sure when to be a scorer and when to be facilitator. Right? It's just like, I want to win this game though. Like, so like, you know what I mean? So it's that weird fine line I'm always trying to ride where just I want to take in as much info as I can.
Yeah.
Ask as many questions, but not be annoying with the amount of questions you ask, even though you're trying to truly get some information. So that's a bittersweet one for that. Because I showing up to be quiet. It's kind of silly. I mean, I'm not here for attendance, even though I am. I want you to see that I'm here. But if you're not going to talk, you got to do something else to stand out to make sure you're invited to the next one as well. You know what I'm saying? So whether it be a dope suit, something else, just do something else to get their attention without getting too many eyes on you at the same time. It's weird.
Yeah, and I think in that same example you're giving, you're also evaluating the fit, right? Like you've been engaging with this community for a while, but what does it do for me? Are they out here doing like wild shit on the weekends that you ain't trying to be a part of? Like, do their core values align with yours? Do y'all beliefs align? I mean, that's very big too, right? You hear most political conversations ruin communities and friendships before they can even go anywhere. So you got to make sure this community you're going into has some sort of foundational principles that align with you or expose you to something that you feel like you need to learn.
Like I would feel very sidelined if, one of the superiors in the community, everybody's been vibing with, been peachy. Hey guys, Saturday, come to the house, big barbecue, da da da. Everybody show up. Whole lawn covered with Trump signs and shit. You go. We never spoke about politics at work.
That's right.
It's like, do I act like I can't find the address? Like, what do I do? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, those situations. Like, I don't know. I'm not even sure how I would approach that in real time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But hey, if I'm ready to put like a cool bottle of wine, I gotta give it to him. Like, go home with this shit. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go inside. But hey, my decorations are friend. Care to share?
Yeah, man. That's a fact. That's a fact. And then also because we are in the social media age, right? So naturally, when you meet someone, one of the first things you did over the last, couple of years of forming your community, well, I don't know about you, but I did was, hey, you're on LinkedIn, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram. And it's interesting because, to your point, right? We never talked about politics at work. We probably never talked about your private life either. So now, once I got links to your social media, if I'm, you know what I'm saying, if I go on there and I start seeing some wild shit, now it's like
You got
I
to
got
reevaluate
questions.
everything.
I
Everything
got
gets
a couple.
microscoped.
I got a couple questions, man. Like it could be something as crazy as you got pictures with Jay-Z just chilling, or you got pictures with a politician that's kind of cuckoo. And now it's kind of
Mhm.
like, oh, you got them kind of ties. Like so,
Wow,
social media plays its place as well.
that's a good one. Speaking of social media, when you are networking or interacting with people you may not have crossed paths with yet, what's your line of being patient versus being persistent? Because reaching out 2, 3 times with no response, now you kind of in the middle of something where it's like, do I keep pushing the envelope? Do I fall back? Am I being annoying now? What's in the fourth one?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I really need your attention on this situation. You know what I mean? Like, how do you balance that on a corporate scale?
So I use the rule of three. The first one is usually the connection, right? And that's either someone I know that knows this person well, that kind of gave me the inside tip on, what's the best way to start a conversation with this person and kind of loop into whatever it is I'm trying to connect with them with, right? Let's just say,
Mhm.
I host a bunch of webinars and sessions at work where I interview leadership, and I'm considering, interviewing you because I feel like your policies on autism research is great. So now that initial conversation, depending on how it goes with me and the person, that's the first step, right? But let's say, I've given them my information, they're giving me theirs. I send the email after. That first email probably doesn't go anywhere. They're probably a very busy person, right? So that's considered like one whole engagement. The second inquiry is really just to follow up, hey, how's everything going? Just trying to see if we can connect to make this thing work, or, have this event going on, send some availability to talk about it. All right. Now, that third one is really just to kind of say, we kind of got everything set. I know that, your schedule might be a little bit tight. Maybe sometime in the future we can connect, leave my information one more time, and then I'm out of there. Now,
Mhm.
if I run into them again and like at like another event, I'm almost kind of like scoping the vibe on the person, because
Yeah.
I'm a real proponent of people like to outcool you sometimes and act like they don't see you.
Mm.
It's really a thing. And impressions are different, right? If somebody meets a lot of people in a day, then it's going to be very hard for them to remember this one little encounter with you. But if you somehow are in that person's vicinity and you've talked about something impactful, they're going to remember at least something a little bit about the topic or whatever it is, right?
Or,
But if that person is just kind of like moving throughout the vicinity, got nothing to say, acting like they don't remember anything, then what that lets me know is this person's probably out of my league. So maybe
mm,
I need a lower level of community, or a more attainable level, I should say, better framing, of
mm.
community that probably knows that person. Because now, if maybe I
Need a
get
better link.
connected, right, you know what I'm saying? Because then if maybe I get connected with their inner community, their inner circle, then that will make them pay more attention or feel more comfortable, whatever it may be for that person.
Mm.
But I am more patient than persistent when it comes to that, because once you annoy someone or you get on that radar, you are cooked.
No
You are
coming back from
done.
that.
And then you're not just cooked with them, they're going to tell everybody in their community that you probably are trying to get
Right.
networked with. But yeah.
You don't want that,
What?
or
Mm,
that's a fact. Yeah.
mm,
But like, I'm weird with that. Like I know you said you got a rule of three. I think I cap out at two. I feel like like personally, I feel like I'm a vibe. My level of cool should get me to a level of at least a yo, what's up? If I can get a yo, what's up now, I'm
mhm.
a, I gotta write you off. You know what I mean? I just like we have to join some other format. because this is just not gonna be the way, you know. So yeah, I might cap out at 2. I got wait. I know it's good to put your pride in your breast pocket up here in the suit. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. But ooh, that's a I wouldn't even know how to react after 8, 9, 10 reach
Yeah.
outs. You finally want to shake my hand. I'm like looking at you funny.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Like I kid you not. A friend of mine, Cheryl, you know Cheryl. We were at a Christmas giveaway that she does every year, right? And she was connecting me with someone who's got a good connection. I won't name names or anything like that. And my wife was right there. And this happens to be a female. And literally Cheryl says, hey, this is my homeboy. He's got a podcast. He does a lot of really good employee resource group work. He wants to connect with you about some stuff. And instantly in this lady's voice, she's watched me be helpful all day with my wife, all day. And the conversation just seemed tense. It just seemed like she didn't understand why Cheryl was introducing me to her. And when I walked away from it, I was just kind of like, yo, I feel like she thought I was trying to get like hooked up or whatever. So that's why mid conversation, I introduced her to Shay. Because just sometimes you could just read people's body language, like they're kind of looking at you and kind of saying, like, all right, what is this about? Where are we going with this? And I was just like, all right, let me at least cut one thing out. This is my woman right here. she also bakes cake. Great person to know. But yeah, so me and my nephew got a podcast, right? And we like to interview. Like it was very interesting in that moment to see, like, you read body language, you see how someone's staring at you, and you're just kind of like, all right, let me make sure this conversation is going the right way, and there's no mixed signals about what exactly we're about to talk about. So that was the first time. It was very interesting to just see that, even with a direct link, a direct connection.
Yeah. Huh.
You know what I'm saying?
After the intro of the partner, was it like a better icebreaker? The shoulders drop a little bit? Oh shit,
no,
same.
Bro. No, bro. I sent a whole text message about our stuff, sent the link, all of that. Zero communication, bro.
Man. Yeah, shit like that. It's hard to bounce back from.
Yo, man.
I don't know how to, I can't deal with that kind of adversity.
Yeah. So it was funny. So I saw Cheryl again and I was like, yo, listen, like, I don't know how shit went, but I didn't hear nothing back. So Cheryl gave me the information again. I'm like, so now we're gonna be purposeful this time.
You mind if I CC you on this?
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, man.
That's funny.
Oh man. All right. Anything else before we get up out of here on the community piece?
No, man. Other than if you find it and it makes sense, hold on to it. Don't be scared to fight for it. And also don't be scared to step out of your comfort zone. As long as they're not, grabbing black gloves and masks on Saturdays. You know what I mean? It's okay to engage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, find your community. If you do, hold on to them for sure.
Yeah, man, definitely. And to Kenny's point, man, trust your judgment. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I don't think no community is worth you giving up your values, giving up your soul, and definitely don't let nobody give you nothing that you can't give back and still be okay. Because there's a show we're going to talk about a little later that speaks volumes to when somebody gives you everything you have and they take it away from you, it can be life altering in the most negative way, man. That's for sure.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, brother. All right, so we're gonna jump over into entertainment, man. And Kenny, you got a preview of what I'm about to talk about. And what I'm about to talk about is the Playground series on YouTube. For the last month and a half, this series has been so impactful because I'm a big music person. Whenever I do anything, answering emails, working out, and they have a series of different DJs that just play a lot of blend music, and it has been amazing, man. So I sat down one day and I said, let me do a little bit of research on these gentlemen, just to see how this all started. Who are these people? But it seems like the initial guy behind all of this, or one of the main guys, is Sam Park. He's a young entrepreneur who developed a media company and sold it in like 2022. Originally born in Korea and then moved to, I believe, Toronto, Canada. Then you got Kamar Burke. He's a former professional basketball player turned visual director. So he takes care of a lot of the footage that you will see in those Playground series videos. Then you got Jack Oswald. He's more like the operations director. He's got a famous quote called "Lock the fuck in." Basically, what this means is anytime they have an idea, he's the strategist. He's the one to make sure everything gets done. And then you got Simon Collis. He's the actual producer. So when you see the different jungle theme house parties or the WWE entrances that they did for some of the DJs, it was pretty amazing. Like, it's not just your average, the camera comes on, fades out, fades in, and then you see somebody playing music. Like, nah, they make it an event. There's people actually there vibing with the DJ. Like, you could go back to just the Us shot. It was just a Black Pete. Okay. No, it's all good. But it was just to let y'all see what the actual logo is for Playground series. But like the jungle theme one, I think that's like one of their highest viewed ones so far. But it's like 100 people in a house party, and you hear Simon Callis talking about it, where one noise complaint, they get kicked out, and the whole idea is a shit show. But it actually being a great vibe. Now, one of the funniest things I've noticed watching these series is you've never seen how awkward people look when they're just standing there listening to music and trying to enjoy the vibe. Like, some people, you see the people who don't know the words to the songs. You see the people who, they do one or two dance moves, and then they're like, all right, what do I do with my hands? What do I do with my body? Do I stand here?
I got these rapper hands. What do I do?
Yeah. So it's really cool to watch it, but I am a big fan of the Playground series on YouTube. So if you are not checking it out, it's on YouTube. You can follow them on Instagram. Really good music. They play damn near everything. They got Latin mix, feel good music, R&B, hip hop, reggae, Afro beats, all that shit. But big fan of this thing, man, for sure.
Yeah, that's what's up. And hey, I'm lazy on the go out side of life, so this is a 2 for 1 as far as hitting the club in your slippers. Oh man. So yo, turn those lights out. So yo, I need some more ice in this. Let's go. Like, you know what I mean? But it was a super dope music too. So it's not your average playlist neither. So it's a super big plus.
Yes, sir. All right, next up, this one here, man. Somebody was cutting onions, and amazing Nona's, man. So based on a true story of Jody Joe Scarvella and his restaurant, Enoteca Maria in Staten Island, your place. Have you ever been there?
Yeah. We did the renovation back in 05 or 06.
Dope.
It was funny. It's right next to the theater. Because I remember I noticed the last name. My boss was like, yo, did you see Nona's? I was like, no. I was like, Vince Vaughn? He's like, yeah. He's like, didn't we do this? He goes, yes. It's like, I've been telling everybody about it. I was like, oh man, but I didn't catch it yet. But how was the movie?
Amazing, man, amazing. So, Vince Vaughn is usually known for his raw comedy, but in this particular movie, he's playing Joe Scarvella, and it just follows his journey to create a restaurant that employs, grandmothers, Nonas, as chefs, and is honoring his late mother, sister, and Nona. So, it just shows you he's at a point in his life where he's trying to figure out what to do, but he wants to honor their memory. So he opens this restaurant. But now, like anybody who really just has never been in business before, he's doing everything from the heart. He's doing everything with good intention. And man, does he have like the best friend in the world, because I don't know how much of it was really theatrical, but this friend really put in like a lot of the finance after he put the down payment for the spot to get everything going. So it's cool, man. Listen, I got to go back and watch it now because I got to find the black guy when they did the renovation for the place.
Oh, no. I think I only shot 2 or 3 parts in Staten Island.
Okay.
Everything else is studio time. You know how it goes. But it was a cool nod to the store for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, listen, as you already said, it's still operating to today, and now it has known us from all over the world. So it's become
Hmm.
this like real cultural exchange of food
Yep.
and culture, and it's an amazing place. So now, I got to make it my business now. Next time we're out there, we got to make it to this restaurant, bro.
I don't want to hurt your feelings. They got
Reservations?
covered at a 3 month wait. You know what I'm saying?
Ah!
If you call up right now, you might get there right after Thanksgiving.
I'm
you
about to
know
say
what I'm
just in
saying?
time for
So,
my birthday. All
you
right,
know what I
you know
mean? You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Look, if you got some time to kill, just throw it in. And then I think
Gotcha.
it's like a weird scenario where like if you don't call them the day of something like that, they
Yeah.
assume you don't want that reservation from 3 months ago, so they just don't cancel your shit.
Ooh.
It's weird.
Oh
But
man,
yeah,
that's
man, they popping. They popping now.
definitely, definitely. All right, man. But yeah, if you haven't seen Nona's, man, y'all go check that out. And if you have not been to Enoteca Maria in Staten Island, make sure you call 3 months ahead so
Word.
you can go get you
Just in
some
case.
food.
There's no
Oh
walk-ins.
man.
No walk-ins.
We don't want y'all going across that ferry for no reason. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
wow. Big toe, big toe.
um, so this next one, man. Yo, listen, I I must have passed this show several different times, but my wife kept seeing it and was like, "What is this siren stuff about?" And we be just running through all these Netflix shows and movies. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just check it out. This show is one of the most scandalous shows I've seen in a very long time.
I didn't get
Um,
scandalous from the cover. Okay.
right? Exactly. Like it doesn't give that, but it's hilarious. It really takes you inside the life of two sisters who clearly just went down two different paths, but when they get united, it just causes this storm inside this family's life, and you start to see all the little secrets. Everything starts to unravel. But definitely, definitely really good. As
Hmm.
you can see, it has Millie Alcock. She's also from the spin-off of Game of Thrones. What is it? That new dragon thing that they got out now.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
yeah. So it's really, and then Julianne Moore, she's always good. Big fan of Kevin Bacon. He never lets me down. It has Josh Segarra. He's actually one of those. He's one of the people from oh god, Albert, Albert Elementary. He's one of
Yeah,
the people
Abbott.
that works.
Abbott, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Abbott. There
That's a
you go,
funny show.
Abbott. Yep, he's one of the guys that works. I think in the Department of Education, but it's hilarious. It's a great show to watch if you want to laugh. If you like Scandal, Sirens has all of that, man. So make sure y'all check that out.
Oh, oh. Watch this.
Uh,
Watch this approved.
yes, yes. As you can see, y'all, we did not waste our Memorial Day weekend here in the Lee home. Running point.
He said, "What's
I'll
next?
tell you.
Get the ice cream. What's next now?"
So yeah. So this one is all credit to my wife. I did not want to watch this show because full disclosure, right? To me, Kate Hudson films are usually the same. They start out with some sort of particular conflict, but she finds an easy way to navigate through it, mixed with a bit of climax, a little bit of struggle again, but then in the end, she completely succeeds, and it's really just centered around her. It's worked for her in her career.
She's
Outside of the
Rollock.
one, right? Outside of the one scary movie she did, and I'll count on my wife to put it in the chat, a lot of her movies are essentially the same. You know what I mean? But in this particular one, she's playing a daughter who eventually takes over a basketball team. I think it's the Los Angeles Waves. And she makes some very interesting decisions to help the team succeed because she really loves basketball, other than her brothers. But of course, like any rich family, there's a lot of comedy, there's a lot of crazy nonsense going on, but it actually ended up being a really good show. So credit to my wife for not listening to me, putting on the show, and
That's
it was a
smart.
really good show. Yep. It's got Tom Hanks' son in it, Chet Hanks, and he's hilarious. Definitely looked like he got a little husky, but when you got money, I guess that's what
Yeah.
happens.
I've
Um,
seen. I'm gonna go somewhere.
yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, my wife, it definitely, so this show definitely reflected women's empowerment, running point, because there's definitely the stigma of not enough women in leadership, which is true, along with pay equity and everything that the new administration was trying to do for gender equity. So this was definitely a good movie. Good show. So yeah, man, y'all go check it out. It's looking like season 2 is coming. So yeah, man.
That was quick.
Yep.
Mad at that. Another watch lister.
Yeah, man. And then my last one, before we get over to FCP Sports Corner, one of the baddest gangster shows out there right now on Prime, Mobland. Yo, this
Love
one
Tom
right
Hardy.
here, woo! This one right here is no joke, man. When I tell you Helen Mirren, she is phenomenal, man, because she can play the most vicious roles in any film. And it was interesting to see Pierce Brosnan play a role like this. Tom Hardy, he's just versatile. He can play pretty much anything at this point. But it was interesting to see Pierce like this. I recommend this show to the team, man. If you're not watching it, you need to watch it right now. Real good.
Okay. That's no. Down with that.
All right. That's my entertainment spinoff, y'all. Definitely made the most of my Memorial Day weekend.
What's up?
A lot of shit, man.
Thanks for recommendations. Needed them. Just because, me and Jang definitely gonna look at each other at some point. Like, what are we gonna watch?
That's a fact. All right. Speaking of spinoff, go ahead, man.
No, you said spinoff?
Yeah, into FCP Sports Corner, or?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, man. Blue game won. Talk from a Knicks perspective. We fucked around in blue game 4. So listen, man, we're down big, man. We need all these. Knicks and 6 is no longer a thing. Hey, we gotta go represent the crib. One time for the one time. One game at a time, man. We get through this one. Gotta get back on the flight. Try it again. You know what I'm saying? So, but yo, man, one game at a time. Need everybody to show up. And Tibbs got to stop playing 6 people. We got a whole bench, a whole bunch of millionaires in uniform. Pay them, let them earn their check, even if it's just a hard foul. Send them out there, man. Let them set the tone. Let PJ Tucker undercut somebody. As long as no injuries. You know what I'm saying? But man, fouls on the bench again. Stop letting Brunson get them. Stop letting like the important niggas get them. Like, oh man, Cat Towns, man. Shout out to my Dominicans. I'll be forget he Dominican. That's how you say it every time.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man. The Pacers definitely. I really thought y'all was gonna do this in 5, maybe 6, man. And it's looking like it might be the other way around. I agree with you. I think Tibbs coaching, man, and we saw the same thing with the Celtics. And sometimes when your team gets in a tight spot and you need to make adjustments, you got to be careful to do that. You got to be ready to do that. You got to use the entire team. I agree with you. This is a very interesting year in sports, period. We are just seeing a lot of things shift, and we're seeing people that were at one point underrated or not thought about anymore. You think of Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley and what they did, and now you're looking at Tyrese Halliburton, finally, getting the recognition and always been called overrated. I mean, this is incredible. But yeah, y'all definitely gotta hold it down at the crib tomorrow. They come in MSG and wash y'all up. Somebody getting fired by Friday.
Hey, I don't want to see Tibbs back. If we don't get back on this plane to Indianapolis, I don't want to see that man no more at all.
Fired by Friday.
And the Pacers got a new hero every game.
Yeah.
New dude in the paint. Don't miss a shot. What's his Neesmith in that first game?
Yo.
I don't know when he put on this Steph Curry cape, but he ain't taken it off since. When they heard his ankle, I was like, yes, get him out of here. We need him. We need him out. Boy, came back in the fourth and put in work. I was like, God, you needed him to stay hurt.
Yo, as soon as we got off that live, I went right into the living room. I was like, let me watch the last quarter of this. Let me see what happened. And Nesmith just, man. And it's funny, he used to be a Celtic. He was on the Celtics at one point. We decided not to keep him on the roster. And I remember when we played the Pacers last year, he was giving us work. The brother can shoot. You know what I mean? Like, he's no slouch. He can shoot. So, the Pacers are a scrappy team, man. And as much as I don't think the world is looking forward to a Pacers Thunder finals, listen, like you said,
logistically not.
But we're not gonna count y'all out. You know what I'm saying? It's until the last horn. They got to win 4 games. That's it. That's it. You know what I
mean? Listen, I love him to make it interesting, but it's not looking great. But hey, I'm a fan. Hope we can do it. Second quarter, OKC.
Yeah.
Minnesota want to go home.
They
want to go home. They want to go home, but no company.
Yeah, I really hope, because this was an interesting year for Anthony Edwards, and I think the next couple years of his career are going to tell us whether he's really going to be a champion in this league, or probably just be another flashy player that had a lot of charisma. Because at some point you got to take over the game, and you got to be present or something, man. Like, you should be having triple doubles, double doubles every game if you feel like you're making the right play. And it's going to be very interesting to see, after this year, because you can't really knock the brother. Like, he keeps knocking on the door. Like, he keeps
he's there.
Right there.
He's getting better every year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. He's on his Jordan-esque arc. Jordan's first 4 years weren't the happiest, running into the Pistons, running into other people. But he has to, these next 2 to 3 years, though, like you said, really going to make him break who he is as a man in this league. So, wishing the best.
Timberwolves management got a lot to think about. Do you have the right players around them? Do you have, the right coach in place? I mean, I think the coach is fine. I just think that the Timberwolves have to find their identity. It's similar to what you just said, right? The Bulls didn't find their identity until they got the right people around Michael Jordan and the right coach. And now in this particular case, Anthony Edwards, he just got to find that guy. And I mean, knocking on the door to the finals, what is it, the last 3 out of 4 years or 2 out of 4 years is not a bad percentage. So now you just got to kind of go back and say, okay, you couldn't beat OKC, which is the best team in the league this year. That's not a bad thing. Now, if we see them again next year, what do we need to make this interesting? You know what I mean? What are we going to do to, put a product out there that can compete with them? So, it's going to be interesting, bro.
Yeah, man. What else? Are you into hockey at all?
Listen, I'm a Florida fan, so I'm hoping the Panthers figure it out.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. That's about it.
Anything else in the sports world? Oh, got something sports adjacent. About 99 days to the football season is kicked off. Your boy Stephon, man. They got him on a boat. Some randos handing out mystery bags. I'm like, this don't look good in the Patriots uniform. You know what I'm saying? They got the mic right at Mike Vrabel. Have you seen the clip? What do you have to say about that? Mike's like, got to make smart decisions on and off the field. Next question. That's right. He got nothing to say. But your man missing OTAs and then pop up doing that shit. Oh man. I'm like, Cardi, get your dude, man. Get him off that boat. Take those cameras
She
away,
was on.
please.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I saw that too, and I was just like, I mean, hey, listen. At this point, Cardi, I hope she's just having fun. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Has to be.
Don't jump into nothing right away. Just get out there, have fun. I know I ain't nobody to tell nobody how to live, but you spend that much time with somebody, now you got your freedom. Have fun, baby girl. The world is yours. Everybody wants you.
You know what I mean?
I think it's just worth it for you to take your time and just have some fun. You deserve it. You worked hard.
Or she did the Nick gang, Big Chain and all her splendor. She did it. You know what I mean? So she outside again. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah. What else is going on? All right, last question for you. This Diddy thing, man. The definition of a RICO, right? I've been looking this up the last few days. Like, I'm still trying to connect these dots. Like, all right, is Diddy a nasty nigga? Yes. See, is a little freaky? Absolutely. A little demonic? Yeah, spot on. How is this a RICO case? Like, I'm just trying to figure it out. A lot of people showing up on their own right, own accord, giving up their names for the flights. Can't book a flight without your name. He's not. I mean, you packed your own bag. You showed up. You called your own Uber. I'm just trying to figure out. Then I saw Kid Cudi. I was like, can't blow up cars no more? What's going on?
He said you can't blow up cars no more.
Like, what's going on out here, man? This ain't got nothing to do with the sex trafficking shit. Like, they just pulling people out the woodworks just to show how bad of a guy Diddy is. And hey, Cassie let me know a week ago. This is a foul individual. I get that. Let's bring it on back to why he ain't getting no bail. What happened? You know what I'm saying? I'm still waiting for, like, I know the state is slow walking the dog here. I just need them to speed it up a little bit. For the casual listeners, I'm not watching every day. Just when I do pop my head in, it don't make sense every time. You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't got nothing to say outside of that. I'm just waiting for it to make sense. On a RICO.
This is the part where we're just diminishing his character or whatever. But then, they're going to build their case at some point, and it's like, it ain't making sense, player. It ain't making sense.
It's been 3 weeks.
Yep.
I did not have to see Kid Cudi. I heard they're about to bring Lauren London in. It's like, what? What was she doing? What? She's established. I don't think she did anything wrong. Or did she? Nuno? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Just for all of this,
man.
Trump to pardon him. I don't get it. Oh. Your phone going through some other shit.
Yeah.
There we go. We back.
Yeah, man, I agree.
So you opening chips, eating them live. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming out on a Wednesday. Appreciate your time.
Oh, man. Good times.
Good times. Good times.
Good times with the technology, man. Hey, listen. Like Kenny said, man, we appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. Every Wednesday we are live at 8 o'clock. Hopefully y'all hear me and see me right now.
Hey, man. We outside. We here.
Oh, man. But listen, love y'all. Take care. Enjoy. And listen, man, I got hope that this weather going to get it together sooner or later, because this is ridiculous. If we wearing hoodies in June, it's a wrap.
It's about to be June. Oh, man. Stay safe out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.